Alright, now it's time to go on a relaxing trolley ride to our destination. But first, there are some prerequisites. We can't just start the trolley immediately. We gotta get stuff to get it working first. Like, we gotta dig up our video capture right here. I mean, you know, stuff may seem free, but it's never completely free. Don't know why our video capture was in a treasure chest. Video capture is not as high quality as our previous one, but our previous one broke. Still, gotta take that with us, otherwise we wouldn't have any video to talk over. Next, we gotta grab our microphone, because without our microphone we couldn't actually do the talking, and I like to talk, so that would really suck. Alright. And then lastly, after we get everything all put in place to start the trolley, we have to crank up that desire, that willpower to put ourselves out there and communicate with people on the internet. Takes a lot of effort to crank this trolley along, let me tell you. Come on. Thing's a little rusty and hard to move, but it's still going. Oh, fuck. See, and then sometimes that happens, and your trolley just gets fucked, and it's stuck in place, and now you can't make a video anymore. But you can't just give up. Giving up is for quitters, I think, by definition. That is what giving up is for. You just gotta blow up that obstacle, no matter what it is. Just power right through it. And then get back to cranking. And at first it's only the one tentacle causing problems, but then there's more and more and more, and you can't blow them all up. There are different solutions to every single tentacle issue. And sometimes you'll be surprised and horrified to find out that the tentacle issue is your problem. And that requires a lot of steps to get through. Like, you can't just walk up to it and deal with the problem directly. You have to make stepping stones to the problem. Mentalize the problem. Prepare yourself to deal with it. Because the problem comes from you now. So, it's not just something that you can buy or, you know, force your way out of. You have to creatively maneuver your way to the problem, and then you can blow it up. Like, some self-created problems take a lot more effort to get to, but they can be more rewarding to solve. The thing about some self-created problems, though, is that even if you get rid of them once, they keep coming back. Like, it's just an inevitability that you're going to run into more problems while moving the trolley along. You think maybe it's clear sailing from here, but there's always something next. There's always another problem. And that's something you have to cope with, is that it's never going to be perfect. There's always going to be something wrong, and eventually you'll run into so many problems you won't even recognize the trolley anymore. You know, you'll just move on to such a new, weird, strange environment full of different problems that it won't even resemble what you used to know. And that can be scary. Because you're used to things being a certain way, and you're used to dealing with problems in a certain environment. And now things are different. And you maybe realize things are different because you're different. And you're the one creating this new landscape. And all these problems, you know, if you think hard enough about them, even though the problems come from different angles, even though they manifest themselves in different ways, the problems all have a similarity. And the similarity is me constantly asking myself, what am I worth? What is my purpose in doing this? Does it have any value? Am I bringing anything to the lives of other people? Am I bringing anything to my own life? And the answer from an objective standpoint is obviously yes. Of course, I'm bringing things to other people's lives and my own life. But, you know, feelings are not rational. They don't always do what makes sense. And that's the biggest one that needs coping with, probably, is that sometimes I'm just going to feel like shit for no reason, and I got to deal with it. Like, even if things are going well, I'm still going to feel like shit. And I just gotta deal with that. It doesn't mean that I'm bad, or that things are bad, or that the stuff I do doesn't matter. It's just part of how things go. I mean, that was a little unexpected. That was a little different. I'm not going to lie, having my desire to commentate over videos stolen by a crocagator, that can be pretty rough to deal with. Wasn't exactly expecting that one. But I gotta deal with it like any other problem, because this is part of who I am. Talking about video games. This is my passion. This is what I do. So I can't give up even if a crocagator tries to stop me. But there are some rewarding things about this besides just commentating. Like getting collectibles. And those collectibles are comments, and the comments are usually very nice and supportive, and even when they're critical, they are very constructive and pleasant to read. Teach me a lot about myself, about my videos, and about the people watching my videos. Comments are probably my favorite part about doing this. And there's so many different kinds of comments to read. Like, there's people that watch your ages-old Sims 2 Let's Play and still comment on it because you brought back a lot of memories for them of a game they loved in their childhood. People watching recent videos that just really like the commentary, and I just really like the commentary and have things to say about what you said. And then there's people that comment on videos that you don't understand how people are still watching, like that time you made a video on the Red Ash prototype and it got 2 comments in one day, and you're wondering where those people came from and how they found your video specifically of that. There's such a wide diversity in the comments that you can find, and it's really enjoyable communicating with other people about the thing you care about most. Like, sometimes it takes a little bit of extra effort, but I would not give up the communicating part for anything. A lot of people say, don't read the comments. I'll never understand those people. I mean, maybe if the people in your comments are giant assholes, but I've not personally encountered that problem, I think. Can everyone fucking stop jumping on the boxes so I can have a turn? Something I really like about this level is the way that it's largely linear, but there are little offshoots like these huts, and there are those frogs, and just in general there's tiny little branching paths that are very obvious and easy to see, but still offer some fun to be explored, like the platforming with the beach ball. Genuinely challenging platforming. Not hard to find the beach ball, not hard to figure out where it goes, but it was genuinely challenging platforming, and that was a reward just for looking to the left and right a bit. Alright, now that we've read those comments, it's time to, now that we're re-energized, it's time to get our commentary back. Time to get our desire to commentate back. I think. Right? Okay, there it is. Well, we're not alone in this. People are gonna throw shit at us to help us. Specifically, they're gonna throw bombs, which will help us. The food doesn't help so much. Not that I don't appreciate the food, but the bombs are what help. So we don't have to do this alone. I'm never alone. You're never alone. There are people that love and want to support you and will help you get your desire to commentate back, so that way you can keep doing what you love. And there is no stopping this. It's been a while. It's been 5 or so years. And sometimes it can be hard, especially when your mental illness gets worse. But there is no stopping this train. No matter what, you're going to keep going. And the problems with your desire to commentate may manifest themselves in many ways, including a giant crocagator. And the problems aren't always as huge and dramatic as a giant crocagator. They're not always that big or important looking. That doesn't mean they're not important. Just less scary sometimes. Alright, that's taken care of. Like, sometimes maybe it's not a giant maybe it's not a giant monster, but it's something like, oh, your video editor is being kind of a bitch right now. That's also a concerning issue, but it's less of one. Like, you can work around your video editor being a stupid bitch. Not a person video editor, your video editing program. If your video editor, the person, is being a stupid bitch, maybe you just need to talk to them about it. I wouldn't know. I am my own video editor. I specifically meant my video editing software. Sometimes my video editing software is being a bitch, is what I meant to say. It's kind of being a bitch right now, but It's not physically stopping me from commentating. Like, sure, the video I'm commentating over might be running at 5 frames per second, but I can still vaguely tell what's going on, and that's enough. It doesn't matter how we get this desire for commentary to the video and ready to publish, as long as we get it there. Alright, nothing's gonna stop me. Oh shit, it's done. Yeah, good luck making any fucking sense of that cutscene without having seen the films. That's a terrible way to convey what was going on during that scene. Anyway, this part's relaxing enough. We just gotta get the pieces of the map together. And, hey, we get to crawl on the ceiling and knock down some blocks, which is a mechanic I mentioned I really liked before. And I'm glad it's back. I like that. I think we do it one more time after this in the game. I think one more. I don't think I recall seeing it in any other LEGO games, though. Which is fine. That's just something that makes LEGO Pirates unique, I guess. Let's put the pieces of the map back on. It's very in character for Tia Dalma to not just have the map in place and make us stick around trying to get it.